Day Zero by C. Robert Cargill is a science fiction novel from the writer of the screenplay of Doctor Strange. He's also wrote another science fiction novel called like Sea of Rust or something, but I just wanted to check it out because I heard it was interesting. But this is a dystopian sort of sci-fi novel about robots, basically. We've gotten to a point in the future where every household has them. They have nanny bots of different makes and models, different types of, not just like humanoid, but they also have animal ones. So our main character, of course, is Pounce. He is a like pink tiger, very fluffy, and he's got an 8-year-old named Ezra, whom he adores. He has to take care of, take to and from school. And essentially, we're receiving a lot of hullabaloo because there is a robot named Isaac who his owner died, and they wanted to take him to the scrap heap, but no one really owns him. So he asked for citizenship, and he's trying to create a movement of his own free robots in his own free city called Isaac Town. So there's a sort of like conflict going on if robots are going to be let go. You know, like people have paid for them, but they're not property anymore. They're considered having their own personhood. So a lot of interesting themes about like what constitutes a living being, a thinking being, AI. And then everything goes to shit. And basically the world begins to end, and Pounce has to decide if he wants to join the robotic revolution or if he wants to take care of his charge Ezra. So this book is really interesting. I listened to it on audiobook, and it was really tough for the narrator to sort of do all the voices because there's so many different characters of different ages and ranges and genders that it's really tough. Like there's so many robot characters. So he does Pounce in like a sort of growly old man, and then all of the children sound whiny because, you know, that's the highest he can go. And then all the women sound the same too. They sound kind of shrilly, and so like it was, you know, the voices were a little annoying, you know. I grabbed this one on audiobook because I have a new job and I have to sit on a bus and I can't read on a bus. So audiobook is better for now. And as for the story itself, it starts off instant enough. There's not too much focus on theme, but more on plot. And then it just sort of turns into an action picture, like in book form. There's just so many action sequences. It gets really gory and detailed, and like, at first you're like, oh wow, this is insane, this is intense, this is insane. And then after a while it starts to get really repetitive, and I've sat there going like, okay, this is happening, you know, and it keeps happening. I guess around like the midpoint, the story sort of loses itself and it's focusing too much on action sequences and like guns going off and gore and like, you know, pushing the bar of violence in a book, that it kind of loses itself in its main themes, and which is okay. But the book does have a really chilling villain, though, really great villain. But overall, yeah, it starts to get repetitive near the end, and then it quickly ends into an unsatisfying ending, really. I've seen the ending from other dystopian novels before, so originality is out the window. But overall, it was an interesting read. I mean, it was entertaining, really violent. Could have used more like detailing on like the different kinds of robots and like what they look like, I guess. Maybe a little bit more world building, because everything seemed a little bit surface level, and it just, you know, it turned into a good set of like deep-seated themes of like, you know, what is considered a person, what is free will. All those deeper themes are sort of shoved out the window for action sequences. So overall, though, it's still an entertaining read for me. Day Zero, I give it a 2.5 out of 5.